Hi all you beautiful people. What an exciting time, eh? Thank you for all your wonderful comments, and those of you who write in a different language, I think I'll make a video to show you how you can translate your language into English before you put the comment in, because it's hard for me to, it's easier for me when it's in English or Danish. So I got a comment from Delaroseetdulys something just then, and I thought I'd make a video about this. And you're asking or saying that you want to live in the country and you want to live a more natural lifestyle and you want to do it on your own, and just asking me how could I accept being in a remote place. And I can start off saying I'm not really in a remote place because it's only 5 kilometers to the next town. So we're not an hour's drive from a town, or so, and people are quite close to us around in the houses. So, but as you know, you probably, if you've seen what I've written or told about my story, I grew up in Sydney, in the city, and we moved 10 times in 10 years or something. We moved all the time because I don't know why. And then my mother took me and my two brothers, my older and younger brother, to Denmark, where she comes from, because they got divorced, and it was more secure for her to be in Denmark because here everything is more is more ahead with the whole social system, so it was much more safe for her to be here. So she came to Denmark with us, and we moved into a flat in a big block, big cement block, and we lived there up on the 4th floor. I lived there till I was 18, and then because my father was still in Australia, I wanted to go and get to know him, because I didn't really know my father, because he did not really connect with me. Yeah, he started a new family, and I just felt with in my heart I needed to get to know my father. It was really important for me. And so I went to Australia, and some of the people who we got to know when I was little, because we had many friends, my mother had many friends, and she got to know a couple, a priest, who had been working in Sydney as a young man and with his family, and he became a sheep farmer. And so I've never been normal, but I was in high school and I just knew I was going to Australia, and I knew I couldn't stay with my father for too long because there was just not much to do, and I knew I just couldn't live there for very long at a time. So I thought, how about I go to this sheep farm and I help them on the farm. And they accepted me like a daughter. They were so lovely to me, and so I stayed there for 3 months working on the farm, learning how to milk a cow and all these natural things. And for me it was like stepping into heaven, and I knew nothing about farm life. I knew nothing about nature. I didn't even know that in autumn the apples are on the trees, the fruit. I mean, I didn't know anything. It was just so stupid. But I was so eager, and I just felt I came home. And what I loved about, they were very Christian people, and what I loved about their life was, well, they were Christians, that they were very loving, and they were healthy. I mean, in their mind, I wasn't used to that because my family is very dysfunctional. And there was a father and a mother and children, and they were good to each other. And they were living in these natural conditions with all this nature around. And life was simple. And it was really like stepping into heaven. It was just so healing for me. Life was simple. When you needed meat, you took a sheep and butchered the sheep. When you needed some milk, you went and got the cow and you milked the cow. and all this nature around me, and I had my camera with me. I was going around, I was taking photos of everything, even the cow dung I took really close, because I thought everything was beautiful. The butchering I thought was beautiful, everything was beautiful. So something in my deep within me was it's like I was returning home. So it's very I found out that although all my life I'd been in the city, I did not know anything about nature. I'd never seen my parents in a garden, ever. I'd never seen them doing anything with soil or anything like that. I just knew this was right for me, and also because I've always been quite a loner, or yeah, I like to be alone. I like to be on my own. And as I matured, I got this relationship to God, and I realized I'm never alone. And then I was very connected to the animals. The animals were, and I can see it now. I had a friend over the other day, and all the cows were standing there. They're so curious when people come. We have a visitor. And the first thing I said was, they stood there in the sun, they were all looking, and we came from the car. And I said, there's my family. And all the cows were standing there. Here's my family. I think it's really, really wonderful when you wish to live in the country, and we're not all meant to live in the country, but I think many of us are, and when you feel this desire in your heart, it's really good to follow it. And so, yeah, what can I say? I really felt more safe not being amongst many people. I actually feel less safe when I'm around many people. And so it has something to do with your personality, but I think if you cultivate this in yourself, that you can do it. There's many beautiful beliefs that really are coming from our heart, and one is you can do anything you want, anything in this world that you feel the desire to do. You feel this joy that is really your soul saying this is what you should do. And just let your mind get out of the way, because the mind and the ego will say, you can't do that, you're too young, you're too old, you're too this, you're too that. It's all a lie. You can do anything you want. And I've always, as I've said many times, I've never had a lot of money, but I've always felt I lived in abundance. And I think it is partly because I believed, why should I just believed whatever I needed was there for me, and it's always been there for me, more than what I need. So that belief is really, that is the abundance belief, and it's really the belief of the heart, and what Jesus came to say. Look at the lily on the field, they don't worry. Stop worrying, because your Heavenly Father will give you everything you need. The only thing you need to focus on is to do what your heart is telling you, because then you come into alignment, and then you will be provided. It will all come to you, what you need. And the other one, do not fear. Do not fear. So for instance, we never had locks on our doors. We don't have any locks, we don't have any keys. Because we think if somebody wants to come and steal our stuff, it's all old. Let them go in, and because if you lock the doors, they're going to smash the windows. They're going to get in anyway. And our house looks quite poor. So people who go to steal, they don't go to our house because they know we don't have much. And so, and even though because often my husband goes away and I'm here on my own, and really I don't even have the dogs anymore, I feel safe. And also the whole thing of, which is very much up now, and I might make a video about the whole thing about this corona thing and the madness. Why is it so mad? The whole thing of, oh, I might die. Well, you're going to die. You are going to die. Just relax. This whole death fear thing. I'm going to die, and if I'm going to die from being what do you call it, from a cow horn in my side, a cow, what do you call it, putting its horns into me, a burglar hitting me on the head, whatever is meant to be is going to be anyway. Because the way I'm going to die, the way I'm going to leave this body, is in a way is really predestined, or it's going to happen. So just relax. And your whole relationship, when you open up your relationship to God and the angels and all, the spirit world is much, much bigger than the physical world. Everything becomes more and more amazing, because you know you're not even going to die, because you can't die. You're just going to step back to where you came from, because you're on earth for a while, and you're here to experience the physical world, which is a very, very, very beautiful gift. It's a very, very amazing gift we've been given. And so it's so wonderful when some of us want to go to the country. And as I've said before, Mother Earth is calling us back to her, calling us back. Fall into the bosom of the Lord, I said the other day. Fall into the bosom of the earth. She wants us to come and live with her in a healthy way. She's longing for us, really, because we have. So Mother Earth will provide for you. Mother Earth loves you, and when you show you love her, it will all be very, very beautiful. And another thing I think which has helped me a lot, because I like to give, and I just love to show people I love them, and I think that is just a very, very wonderful. It's one of the best ways to get what you want, and you don't do it in that way round, that I'm going to be really loving so I can get all I need. You just are loving because it feels good to be loving. And just to call people I've known all my life, like the people on the farm, I still call them and just sing for them, sing the Stevie Wonder song. I just called to say I love you. And they think, what maniac is on the phone now? And just share your love, just be loving. And if you go to a country area, be loving. And some people can't understand your love, and everything goes wrong. So sometimes you have to be careful, but just share your love. I think that's one of the reasons why I've been so, living in such abundance, because I like to show my love, and you will be provided for, because you are in your God space. When you are sharing love, you're in your God space. So there's different things. If you feel very safe around humans, more safe than in nature, you might have to train yourself to feel more safe in nature. And you can try taking someone with you, or doing something together, but the thing is, often humans don't work very well together at the moment because we're so unhealed. But as we heal, we'll be able to cooperate much better and live close together. But I feel, as it has been for many years, people are too disturbed, and it gets very, very stressful to be around humans because they haven't done the inner work. So the more you do your inner work, the more healed you will be, and the more in balance you will be, and the more you will attract people who are in greater balance. And it'll be very easy, I'm sure it's going to be very easy to live together, because we haven't got all this stuff, emotional stuff, filled up. All this emotional baggage is making us sick, really. Also in our way of behaving, we become sick in our behavior. And of course that makes it very difficult to live with people. So yeah, I don't know if you could use this, but yeah, it is good also to really love to be in your own space, and that comes with healing too. You're going to love being with yourself. Yeah. So yeah, I hope this was enough, or you could use this, and I send you all my blessings and wishes for you, that you find a place, and that whatever your, and it can be all sorts of, where you're going and what you're going to do. It's good to not get fixated on it, because you might, it can develop in many ways, and so just keep asking your heart, what do I really feel like, and that will be your path, and you will be supported. So fascinating. So happy journey, and thank you for being here as part of the channel. And if anyone else of you on the channel could use this, that's wonderful. So have a lovely day. See you.